We want to thank our amazing sponsor, the rope drop queen herself, Michelle McKnight. She's a destination specialist with touring plans and can help you plan an amazing vacation. Whether it's Disney, Universal, a cruise, or an all-inclusive, she can help you with booking, planning, and strategizing to help you have an incredible experience at a great rate. Contact her today at michelle@touringplans.com. Now, on to the show.
Helping you navigate the Disney parks.
With the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.
You're listening to Rope Drop Radio.
Welcome to another Rope Drop Radio. Derek and Doug talking all things Disney. And Doug, I am really excited about this episode because we're going to be talking food today, Doug, and I'm always hungry.
Everybody loves food. Everybody.
Given some of our best and maybe some to avoid, but that's just a little teaser. We are recording this a little early because, Doug, you are about to head to Washington, D.C.
Yeah, I'll be in Washington, D.C. over the 4th of July. I don't know if that's smart or crazy.
Good luck. But we'll hear more about that on next week's episode or a bonus show. So excited to talk to you about your DC trip. Fly safe. But first, let's thank our Patreons. No new Patreons this week, but thank you to all of our Patrons for supporting Rope Drop Radio, getting all those bonus shows and swag and seeing you guys in the park. And a couple of you guys I know are even there right now, so I love following along. So thank you, Patrons, for supporting this show.
On our Patreon Facebook page, we've been slowly playing the lightning round, and it's been interesting seeing everyone's answers. So that's been entertaining going on over there.
Yep.
So anyway, Apple reviews. Thank you to everyone leaving us Apple reviews. That helps the podcast get seen. And this review this week is titled A Golden Rope Drop, 5 stars, by Frank from Astoria. If you want to count on a Disney-related podcast that delivers great info, updated content, and entertainment, Derek and Doug got you. Frank from Dillo Diz.
Hey, thank you, Frank.
Yeah.
I love his show. So check out Dillo Diz after you listen through this episode. So, but thank you, Frank, so much. He's been on the show before, and we have another guest this week, Doug.
We do. I'm excited to talk to our guest today.
I am as well, because he knows a lot about food because he is the co-author of the Unofficial Guide to Disneyland, and he's also a writer for Touring Plans. Welcome to Rope Drop Radio, Guy Selga.
Thank you very much for having me, and I'm excited to talk about my 3 favorite topics, Disney, food, and Disney food. So,
ooh, those are great topics.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, why don't we start with you giving the listeners just a little bit of your Disney background?
I've lived my whole life in Southern California in Long Beach, so really quick drive to Disneyland. I was raised by my Disney-obsessed mother and grandmother. Been going pretty much weekly since I was 2 years old and had an annual pass of my own since 1994. I mean, they got rid of the annual passes now, but, you know, when they come back, I'll be sure to grab another one. And just obsessed with Disney theme parks in the U.S. and around the world, and taking that passion to help families plan vacations through Touring Plans and the Unofficial Guide. And I love what I do, and I love the theme parks. They never get old.
Nice. When was the first time you went to Disney World then, since you're a Southern California guy?
First time I went was 1995. So I actually got to see a lot of classic Epcot still. The only one I didn't get to see was World of Motion. That was being converted over to Test Track, but I got to see all the other original pavilions, so I was really lucky. And then after that, I didn't actually go back until 2008, and now I've been back a few times a year since then.
Nice. So how did you get into writing for the Unofficial Guide?
So I think about 2006 or 7, I started just a blog on just Blogger. And I started putting up Disney ephemera, so old maps and receipts and napkins and just any Disney stuff that I had acquired over the years. And I just would scan them and write a little tidbit about them and then throw them up on the blog. And then there was a job opening at Touring Plans in 2012, and I used my blog as my writing sample. And then ever since then, I've been writing Disneyland professionally, I guess you could say.
Very cool.
Great job. Great way to get into it. And speaking of the Unofficial Guide, Doug, we have a copy to give away.
Yeah, so how exactly are we going to give it away this week, Derek?
I think we got to keep doing the reviews. So you got to leave a review on whatever you're listening on. Also, we're trying to build our social media, so go like and comment and share. We'll put some stuff up there as well. We'll probably have a lot of entries, hopefully, for the newest edition of the Unofficial Guide to Walt Disney World. So go to our social media right now at Rope Drop Radio, and you can see all the contest rules and how to enter.
All right, watch for it there. And before we move on to talking about food, there's been a lot of news. We're recording this fairly early, but because I'm leaving town, it's my fault. But we got to hit on the early park entry stuff at Disney World. That's the big news. Everybody gets in that's staying on property to every park a half hour early. And then deluxe resorts get to stay late at certain parks. So not every park every night. We don't really know all the details. What are your guys' thoughts on that as it stands right now?
With the staying late for deluxe resort guests, I think, excuse me, I think that's a nice little value add that I feel like they almost had to do, since the cost of staying on Disney property is so outrageously expensive right now. I think they're kind of hurting for perks for those guests. But I got to say, I do miss the extra magic hours after regular park hours, the late ones. I really miss that as a visitor who doesn't really stay ever in the deluxe hotels.
The rough thing for me is back when extra magic hours used to be 3 hours long in the evening. That was the glory days, right?
Oh yeah,
that's when I had
so much done.
Yeah, but I had toddlers, so
and they all have to go to sleep.
Yeah, we never got to really enjoy that. And then once our kids hit, tweens and teens, they were gone. So, Derek, how do you feel about this
I think if you pay for it, you should get it. And I know a lot of people are upset with the deluxe, but honestly, the amount you're spending on those, you should get an added perk. And I think it only makes sense. And it's the easiest thing that Disney could do is to let you have a little extra time in the parks.
Yeah, I like that the morning one is every park, every day. So it's not going to impact like crowd flow. Like you're not going to see that one bus line is a mile long and the other 3 buses in the morning are empty. It's going to keep crowds a little more even. And it really makes staying on property a huge advantage compared to staying off, at least for rope dropping, because essentially you can't rope drop if you stay off property now. So another reason to stay on property for sure. But it'll be interesting how long it is. I think that's the big question with the evening one, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. My next 3 stays are all deluxe. So part of me is like, yeah, I've already booked and I'm looking forward to it. I will take advantage of it. Even when my kids are there, we will drag them along.
Yeah, you like to drag children. It's well documented.
Hey, they're like me. They'll go sun up to sundown for sure. They're Disney kids.
Well, should we move on to food? Let's go.
Sounds good to me. I like to eat.
Time to eat. So we're going to talk quick service or counter service dining today, because sometimes we talk a little too much table service, but really the old meat and potatoes of dining at Disney is the counter service. But we're going to do it a little bit differently rather than just like our top 10 or the tops at all these parks. We're going to give you our favorite at a park, kind of a backup in case you can't get to that favorite, and then one we tend to avoid. Now, we may all agree at one park. We may not agree on anything, but we'll find out. So we're going to go around the horn. We'll each give our answers, and we're going to work from park to park. And we're going to start out west with California Adventure. And we're going to start with our guest. Guy, you get to go first. What is your favorite?
Okay, I'm going to pick one that not a lot of people pick. It's an overlooked gem in my personal opinion, but it's the Lucky Fortune Cookery. It's a little Asian place in the little Pacific Wharf area of the park. They have really good rice dishes, and they also have this like braised beef wrap that's in this really soft, not tortilla, but I forget the kind of bread it's wrapped in, but it's very delicious. They also have ramen there, so a lot of Asian staples at this place. And like I said, overlooked.
I'm putting this on my list. I've overlooked it. That's going to go on there next time I'm in California Adventure.
That's a good one. Derek, what's your favorite?
Oh, no surprise. It's the Cozy Cone, bread, chili, queso, heartburn. It's all in one, and it's a must-do every time I'm in DCA.
That's a good one.
You did sum it up right. Even with the heartburn, you forgot the Pepto chaser, though.
Yeah, Usually Tums. That I use your Tums
Yeah.
at the park, Doug.
Yeah, you did. So, my favorite is, can I just say the Pacific Wharf area? Because now that I have teens and tweens, it's nice because, if you want Mexican, you can get it. You want Asian, you can get it. You like the sourdough bread bowls, you can get that.
Yeah.
So we can go in 3 different directions. When my kids were little, that would have never happened. But now I like that. I like to be able to go in several directions. So
Yeah, there's a lot of different options in like 50 square feet, and there's a
Yeah.
lot of seating there, and it's just a nice little chill area, and you can sit by the water. It's very nice.
I really like that area. That's one thing that surprised me the first time we ate there. I was pretty impressed for a Disney park type of experience. All right. Now, what's your backup? If you're not getting into where you want to, you're a different side of the park, something like that. What's your backup, Guy?
I like Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta just because they have some pretty good pasta dishes, but then they also have these nice flatbread pizzas, and occasionally there'll be a seasonal flatbread that's also usually good. And then there's a little bandstand out there, so you can sit in the shade underneath the trees and listen to live music, and it's just a really pleasant little area of the park to relax and have a meal.
Oh man, I
nice.
also put Boardwalk Pizza because it's really good. I'm gonna give a caveat, even though I haven't been there. My backup's gonna be Pim's Test Kitchen because I think I'm gonna
You're
love
just-
it by just looking at the food and listening to Alex a couple weeks ago. I already know that's gonna be my backup.
Well, I mean, you're going on faith. I like
I
it.
am.
I'm going with Flo's V8 Cafe. It's kind of comfort food. It's just themed, like, top to bottom, and you don't get that outside of a Disney theme park. You can get burgers, stuff like that everywhere, but you don't get that theming, and it's kind of fun because there's not many 50s style soda fountains around to go take your kids to, and so it's kind of neat to show them that nostalgia, even though it's not nostalgic for them necessarily, but I kind of like that sort of thing. All right, Guy, anywhere that you're avoiding?
So it's funny. I actually my place to avoid right now, and I'm talking right now in this current time as we speak, where the menus at Disneyland Resort are very scaled down. So that's my caveat. When
See, we have not experienced that.
Yeah. So my place to avoid is actually Flo's right now. There's only a couple things on the menu, and it's just very basic cheeseburgers and fries. They've stripped away all of the unique things like the pot roast and the pot pies, and they still do have the chicken, which the chicken is pretty good, but that's like $22. So I don't know if you're going to want to see that.
No. So Disney hates pot pies. That's
What we've
from
learned.
COVID.
Yes.
Disney hates pot pies.
I can't
They
get a
got rid of
pot pie
pies
anywhere.
everywhere.
Out west, out
That's-
east, nope.
Oh my gosh. What is it? I'm curious if Disneyland Paris has any pot pies now. I need to go. I need to do some research to find this out. I doubt it, but the pot pie's gone. We need to. That seems like a T-shirt. Like, bring back the pot pies. Everybody's upset about noodles and fried chicken at Trails Inn, but the pot pies really it's an epidemic.
Hopefully it
sorts.
comes back soon, because they really got to do something about the menus resort wide, because it's pretty bad right now.
Okay, Derek.
I avoid hot dogs, so I avoid award wieners.
In my brain, I didn't even count that as an option. That's how low that was. Yeah.
I will
hot
say they
dogs.
do have good fries there, though.
Okay.
And
Good
they call them
fries?
film strip fries, and they're like twirly thick, but they're also steak fries, but they're twirly, and they're
So next time I go, I just get the fries. Got it.
yeah.
That does with the Tums Chaser though, Derek. Don't
Once
forget
again,
that.
yep.
Wow, that's a good tip. I didn't realize they had good fries, because good fries at Disney is not like a synonymous thing. It's like pizza and Disney, fries and Disney.
Yeah, very
They
rare.
screw it all up. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So I was gonna say smoke jumpers, because I think I'm still waiting on that burger that I got the last time I was out there. So that was a personal issue. But I feel like that's your more typical theme park fare. Who knows what the menu's like now? I could have actually prepared for this and looked, though.
Well, so right now, and normally I agree, smoke jumpers is unremarkable, but right now they do have the Monte Cristo, which is a staple of Blue Bayou in Disneyland. And they have a version there, and it's half the size and half the price. So, but that's the only good thing there right now.
That is a good thing. All right, time to go across the way and into Disneyland Park. It's not called Disneyland Park, is it? It's just Disneyland.
I mean, in their advertisements, they call it Disneyland Park, but it's kind of interchangeable.
They changed it a lot. All right, well, let's go to Disneyland Park. Guy, where are you eating first? You can pick anything. What does it for you?
I don't know if this is kind of a cop-out just because it's so new, but I really like Docking Bay 7, especially the pot roast. It's delicious. And then they even have a pretty good dessert there, the Batubon. And then I guess you could consider this a backup, but you can also grab the Ronto wrap, which is incredible. And I think that was the first thing I ate after Disneyland reopened after a year and a half. So
not a bad choice.
Yeah, really great with the food.
I'm going to Bengal barbecue. And I love meat on a stick, and it's phenomenal there. And then the Jungle Julep is one of the best drinks I've ever had in my life. And so, yeah, I like Bengal barbecue, and pretty good with it's not as busy. It's kind of hidden gem, I feel like.
Very good choice.
I'm just going to have a corn dog to continue on that meat on a stick theory, Derek. At the end of Main Street USA, I don't know the official name of is it Red Car or...
Little Red Wagon.
Little Red Wagon corn dog. I'm just going with a corn dog while I sit and wait for Not a Parade. And that's my go-to. I really enjoy that nice big corn dog. So that's mine. Yeah.
Classic.
All right. What's your backup if Galaxy's Edge isn't doing it?
You can never go wrong with Jolly Holiday Bakery, especially because they have the Matterhorn Macaroon, which is one of the best desserts in all of Disneyland. But also, other than that, the menu is pretty varied. They have a selection of sandwiches and soups and quiches and that sort of thing, and then a ton of different baked goods that are all delicious.
That does sound good.
Sounds good, yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting hungry, Derek.
I am too. I'm heading over as a backup to Hungry Bear because I've been stuck on that side of the park a couple times, and thankfully you can find something for everyone in that area, chicken and burgers and stuff. Yeah, it's theme park food, but it's literally not a whole bunch over there, and my whole family can eat, and we enjoy the view.
And it's themed after the greatest attraction in Disney history, the Country Bear Jamboree.
Oh, there we go.
That's
lightning round answer already, I think.
That's a limb to go out on. Country Bear Jamboree. I think you forget what it is since it's not out west. I think
Country
makes your heart grow fonder or something.
Yeah. No, it is my favorite, all-time favorite.
Okay, well, my plan was I had two in mind, and you guys already both said them. I'm gonna go with Docking Bay 7. That's it's good food. I enjoy it. I like Star Wars. I can't argue. I'd be lying to myself if I said anything else, so I won't lie. I definitely won't lie.
It's good. Everything on the menu is good too, which is rare.
That's true. And with different side options, you can definitely kind of change up what you get a lot too. All right. What are the bogeys out there? What do we need to avoid?
I picked Galactic Grill over in Tomorrowland, sticking with the Star Wars theme. Just horribly bland menu, limited, just boring. And, you're still kind of overpaying with the Disney prices for just not good food. And it's busy because it's in such a central location. So, yeah, avoid that at all costs.
All right. Well, this is me, and I'm avoiding Docking Bay 7 because I've eaten it so many times in Florida. I'll probably still go to it in Florida. And if I'm going to be at Disneyland, I don't want to eat something that I can have in Florida. I want something unique to the park. And so I'm avoiding Docking Bay 7.
All right. Makes sense.
Okay. Yay. I didn't get yelled at.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. I evidently don't care about duplicating things and cloning. I mean, it's Star Wars. It's all about cloning. True. So, all right. I'm going to avoid the Alien Pizza Planet because Disney and pizza.
Horrible.
Let's just be honest. And there's plenty of other options.
That pizza looks exactly like what when we got it, I was like, this might have been from my high school, like made back when I was in high school, and they still have it.
Cryogenically frozen.
Yes, I think so.
And a whole pizza there is $42.
Oh, jeez. The fact that you had that price blows my mind off the top of your head.
I just reviewed it the other day.
Man, I should have read that just to. Like I remember we walked in there, we looked at the menu, and we couldn't figure out how to actually order a meal for our family that made sense food-wise and financially. So we were hungry. We were in Tomorrowland, and I think we still walked all the way back across somewhere else. I wasn't in charge, but
yeah, I mean, a single slice of pizza is $8.50. So
yeah, it was like, and we got a son that one slice is just not gonna cut it. So we just like did math, and we're like, we'll go somewhere else. So all right, well, that's our time out west. It's time to head east. So we're gonna start in the Animal Kingdom. And Derek, I have a feeling our answers will be very similar.
I have a feeling as well.
Yeah. Guy, what's your favorite at Animal Kingdom?
I like Satuli Canteen. I feel like, are we all going to say that?
Yeah, we're all going to say it. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's our favorite. I'm not even going to pretend to make something up different just for the sake of the
show. It's on a
show.
different level. That's the thing. If you haven't been, it's a 12 out of 10. It's incredible. You got to try it.
And I like how the dishes are customizable, and the dessert is good. And then you can go outside and get those pangu pangu rolls or whatever they call them. Those are great.
Pineapple cream cheese deliciousness. I like how fresh it is too. It's, you can tell it wasn't just sitting there under a heat lamp, because they have to put the different parts together,
mix it all up.
So what do you go with, Guy? What's your go-to there? What's your combo you like?
I like the chicken with do they still have the chimichurri like sauce?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
Okay, yeah, I like that. That's good stuff.
See, that's funny because I'm a beef and potatoes guy. So yeah, that's what I like about Satuli's. You can get a little bit of everything. My wife gets noodles.
I'm going chicken noodles in the Herbie creamy sauce. The creamy sauce, yeah. That's what I got last time. That's good. It's good. Now my son gets the burger pods.
Those
every time.
Something for everybody. There you go.
I thought those were going to be like all gimmicky and not that great, but those are pretty decent.
Those are pretty good. Every time though, he's like, I don't know why they can't put pickles in these. And every time I'm like, I don't know why they can't either. But yeah, and the kids menu is even good there with the quesadilla, which is something you don't see very often, but most kids eat a quesadilla. And if they don't, there's a pig in a blanket. And if your picky eater can't handle one of those two, then good luck. God bless you. So, all right, now to some more questionable choices. A backup. Say you can't get in there. Mobile ordering's gone for the day. What on earth do you go to next?
I haven't had anything in that area in years, but the Harambe Market always seems to have something that catches my eye. So I'm going to go with that.
I think they have good food there. Yeah. It's just no shade air conditioning.
There is that.
That's the issue. But it is good. There's an issue with everything left here. There's nothing. Derek, what's your...
I'm going to Yak and Yeti counter service. It's good food, Chinese. Yeah, I like it though. And it's on the other side of the park. So if I really can't get to Satuli's and I'm over by Everest, that's where I'm going to eat.
Yeah, I feel like the only place I can say is Yak and Yeti's counter service because I make fun of all the other places ad nauseum. So I really have no choice, or people will be like calling me a hypocrite. So I think I got to go with Yak and Yeti.
Though there are so many people that have come on this show and said Flame Tree Barbecue is their favorite quick service on property. Blows my mind.
I
Someone's yelling at us right now.
Right now, but...
That does seem to be so many people's default food place at Animal Kingdom.
It's centrally located. It's big. There's usually not a huge line because they got huge... Like they can accommodate a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
But it's outside. Birds attack you. Squirrels steal your brisket. I don't know. I guess that's not where a squirrel attacked you, is it, Derek?
No, that was Hollywood Studios.
Yeah, okay. I was getting ahead of myself. You got to watch out for the animals at Animal Kingdom. All right, so what place do you avoid, Guy? What do you absolutely avoid?
I mean, we've talked about this a couple times already, but the Pizzafari, just Disney pizza, except for the...
Are we all going to have the same avoid?
I don't know.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
going. I got something. I got my other opinion, Derek. Come on. But Pizza Party, last time we ate there, because when you have kids, sometimes you're just like, fine, we're going to have pizza, because they don't care if it's horrible pizza.
Sure.
So I will give Pizza Safari credit with they keep changing the menu and trying one new flatbread pretty regularly. And they had a cheeseburger flatbread the last time I was there. I'm like, there's pickles, ketchup, mustard on a pizza. That sounds like a great idea from Disney. So I tried it. It might have been the worst possible thing I've ever eaten outside of Cosmic Race. So
yeah, but before Disneyland closed, they had a burnt hamburger pizza at Pizza Planet also, and it was like if you bit into a Big Mac and all the toppings fell out on top of a flatbread, or not flatbread, pizza slice. And yeah, it was awful.
Not good. Not good. I mean, I think I tried it just for the sake of the show, so I could talk about it and see it's still paying off.
I still have not eaten there because I avoided so much.
Wow, so that's definitely your avoid.
Yep, it's the only place I haven't eaten at Animal Kingdom, and I don't see myself. Maybe eventually I will. Eventually,
it's not even open right now. So
I know. So Satuli's is too close.
I'm gonna go Restaurantosaurus.
Oh, come on, Doug.
I can't stand the bucket. I don't want to pay for
that
a
was
bucket.
almost my backup. I love the buckets. I have 6 buckets. I could probably look and find one in 5 seconds.
Well, what do you need 6 buckets for on vacation? The most expensive kids meal on property.
My
because
kids
you have to buy a bucket
because they eat all their food in the bucket.
I just can't. I don't even get kids meals anymore. I can't with the bucket. Nope. Don't like it. Bucket can go away. I can tell them I don't want the bucket, and they're like, well, we're still charging you for the bucket. So that's fun. So I don't know. I'm just not a fan. All right, should we move to Disney's Hollywood Studios, the park that was going to be renamed but never was? I was voting for Disney XL Park, but that never happened. So Hollywood Studios, Guy, what counter service are you going to?
So I wanted to challenge myself and not pick Docking Bay 7 again, so I'm going to go.
You don't have to do that.
I wanted to go with Woody's Lunchbox. I actually do like their menu, and I actually like their little breakfast bowl that they have in the mornings. I'm never usually awake for breakfast in Disney World, but when I am and I'm in the studios, that's my go-to breakfast.
That's a good choice. Derek?
Woody's. I wrote Woody's down, and I'm sticking with it, and I agree with everything Guy said. And we have done it, except for this trip that you and I were on, Doug.
Yeah,
that was the first trip in probably 6 or 7 that I missed going to Woody's.
We could have. I don't know. What was the line like? Or they weren't open yet.
They weren't open yet, and you guys went to Ronto Wraps. Yep.
Yeah. Well, Ronto Wraps are tough to beat for breakfast. I'm going to be honest. I like the breakfast Ronto Wrap, but that's not what I'm picking for my favorite counter service there. I'm going to go with, this surprises me to say as much as anything else, ABC Commissary. Their new menu is really good. They have several things on that are actually tasty and
you
good.
Used to make fun of me for choosing that restaurant.
Make fun of it all the time.
First 4 years of this show, you made fun of me for that restaurant.
Yep, and they shut down for the pandemic, and they came back with a vengeance. It's worth trying. The buffalo chicken grilled cheese is really good. The tacos are really good, and there's other things, but those are the only things I've eaten. They all look good, but it's worth checking out in the studios. Nice. All right. Well, we have to pick another place to eat other than Woody's and ABC. What is it, Guy?
Okay, I have a major curveball here.
Uh-oh.
Because this is my backup, but also my one to avoid. It is the Backlot Express, and I love it because I can go there and I can see props from Roger Rabbit. I can see the Toon Patrol car. I can see the guts of Benny the Cab. I can see the shell of one of the Horizons vehicles. Bunch of other cool stuff all over the place, but then the food is not great, pretty bland, boring, but it's just a really cool place to sit down and eat.
It is.
I agree with that.
Yeah, my kids loved it when they had chicken and waffles.
That's where the squirrel stole my food, by the way, Doug.
That's dangerous. Watch out there, Guy. Next time you're there, be on alert. The squirrels are aggressive.
Okay.
Yeah, just be careful. So, Derek, what's your second
This
choice?
is where I put Docking Bay 7.
That's good.
It's a good one. I love it. I'm not gonna lie. I do enjoy it. The pot roast is amazing. I agree with Guy on that. And the atmosphere is phenomenal. So it's worth it. And if you're a Star Wars fan, you got to do it at least once.
Absolutely correct. I feel like I've already picked Docking Bay 7, so I can't pick it again. These
are
like
your rules.
I didn't write that many rules, but in my head. And I feel like there's a place in the studios that I go too often not to say it's my backup, kind of like that comfort blanket that you can go to. Nobody else goes, and they all make fun of me when I go there, and that is Pizza Rizzo's. We've been making fun of the pizza the whole show, as we should. The pizza is not that good, but my kids eat it, and there's so much space and air conditioning. That's my favorite part. You go upstairs, you get away from the chaos. That's really what you're there for.
I thought we were going to go a whole show without saying Pizza Rizzo's. We still have not. It's been years.
There's no way we ever make it through a show without Pizza Rizzo's. But I eat there too often to not say it's my backup, because it literally is our backup. Literally. Yeah. When we're with people that we're showing things, we go to Docking Bay 7. But my kids don't really like it. So, darn kids, ruining everything. All right. What are we avoiding now that I just chose the backup is what's probably everybody's to avoid?
Well, so like I said, Backlot Express was my avoid, but I will say, to fill my time here, I think Galaxy's Edge in Disneyland and Disney's Hollywood Studios does need a killer dessert. Avengers Campus has a few very good desserts, and Galaxy's Edge, I think, is just missing one. Like, if you want a dessert, you got to go to Docking Bay 7 and get the Batu Bon. It's the only one they have right now. But I think it needs some maybe like ice cream kind of thing, maybe like some take on Dippin' Dots or something like that.
What are you talking about? Blue milk, frozen blue milk.
Yeah,
that's what they thought.
There was a blue dairy product that they could have actually made good.
Yeah.
Ugh. Sorry, Wes. It's awful. He got 2 of those on our trip, Derek.
Yeah, I know.
Like, out of his way to get extra milk. They failed.
Yeah.
Good point. Yeah. No desserts there. Remember the popcorn they peddled really hard and aggressive at the beginning?
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Is it still there? The way
I haven't seen it.
In Disneyland, it's still closed. It's one of the few dining locations in the park that's still closed. But
okay. So they've been having popcorn that looks like that in the Bad Batch series the last couple episodes.
Oh, synergy. Nice.
So yeah, the synergy is strong from when they were producing Bad Batch to now. There it is. It's made it full circle. Derek, what are you avoiding in the studios?
Hot dogs, Dockside Diner.
Yeah.
That's it.
So you just avoid hot dogs.
I do.
Yeah, I wonder what you're avoiding in the Magic Kingdom that just opened.
I wonder. It just opened this week.
So that's a good one. I'm avoiding Rosie's All-American Cafe. That might possibly be the worst Disney burger I've ever eaten.
I agree with that statement.
The only reason I ate it is because all of a sudden at like 6 o'clock at night, early COVID, it was the only place open. So it was chosen for me. And the seating's all outside. There's not much shade. And there's like 3 different places to order from. It's not the most convenient. So, yeah, I could leave that one. If I never eat there again, I'll be okay. I won't be sad. Let's move on to Epcot, where are there choices abound? I think there are. I feel like we have a lot more to choose from here.
Too many choices.
Too many choices.
Too many when you can eat and drink around the world and you forget to go to quick service.
Makes it hard. All right, Guy, what's your favorite?
I apparently forgot to write down the actual name of this place, so I feel really stupid. But it's the bakery in the France Pavilion after you exit Impressions de France.
Man.
But they have a great selection of little pastries and sandwiches, and it's all very fresh and nice. And you got all these beautiful French people presenting it to you, and it's a great experience. Hardly any seating at all, so you're probably going to end up eating it out in the heat. But it's very, very good.
I like that. Those are good sandwiches. I've had them before.
Yeah.
I think it's La Hall's Boulangerie Patisserie. There we go. Yeah, it's a lot of words, a lot of letters. Yeah, and it's tucked back in there. but it has a line. It has a rope drop crowd.
Yeah.
A serious rope drop crowd. It will be interesting to see that crowd when Remy opens here in a few months. So that's a really good choie. That's a really good choice. Yeah. Derek?
This one was hard, but I am going Regal Eagle Barbecue. I really like barbecue food. I thought they did a good job. Not great, but good enough where I was satisfied. I've had it a couple times, and I can see myself continuing to go back. Though, however, I am putting an asterisk because if my wife didn't have me say Yorkshire Fish Shop, she would kill me, even though I don't eat fish, but I know that's by far and away her favorite whole quick service, so I'm putting that in there as well on her behalf.
Boy, those are the two I'm waffling between, Derek.
Oh, there you go. Sorry, it took
I
yours.
wrote
I
them
did not
both
mean
down.
okay.
And I mean, normally I would just say Liberty Inn. That was the best ever. No, I'm joking. That was just horrible hamburgers. But I really like the barbecue, and I like it enough that I talked Michelle into eating there an extra time, and that takes some doing. So it's good. It's well done. It doesn't seem like counter service, and I think seeing what they could do at Regal Eagle makes Flame Tree Barbecue that much more like questionable. Yes. Like it's not even in the same ballpark. Sorry, folks. All right, what's your second, your backup?
I reluctantly put Sunshine Seasons on my list, but I admit it is fallen quite a bit. Their just selection is not what it used to be.
No.
Their baked goods aren't what it used to be. It used to be kind of my default. Just we're gonna eat in Epcot. Okay, go straight there. But it's I'm hoping they can rebound once everything gets back to normal and they get some refresh the menu, refresh the theme. Even it's looking a little dated, but I'll still keep that as my backup.
That's a really good one. There was a time that was probably our favorite counter service in all of Walt Disney World. Yeah.
Crazy how far it's fallen.
Yeah, that was my backup. Even I was gonna say the exact same things you have. I'm really hoping they turn around, but I went there almost every trip to Epcot for at least a meal, especially because you could always find something for kids and the whole family. Not now.
And it's crazy that the menu's so limited now because without Electric Umbrella, it's the only real counter service in Future World. I mean, and a lot of people are in Future World for lunch. So it gets crazy too. So is that officially your backup?
That
Eric?
was. That's what I wrote down.
Well, I'm going to say the fish and chips at Yorkshire because that was what I wrote down. I'm going to go with it, even though it's outside and I'm a fan of air conditioning. That's the biggest drawback. And nobody eats there with me. But sometimes Dad gets to eat alone. So there.
There you go.
All right. So every park has that place you got to avoid. What is it for you, Guy?
I'm going to go with the quick service in the China Pavilion. I live in an area of Southern California that has really amazing Asian food on every corner, literally every corner. You can drive up the street, just amazing food. And just the food there is an abomination. It's the worst airport mall food. And just, I don't know how they get away with doing that. I hope it gets some love at some point and gets revamped, but after all these years, I'm not getting my hopes up.
I've avoided that for those same reasons. I've never had it, so I couldn't even put it on the list.
Yeah, I've avoided it so well I have yet to eat there, but that's the good thing. We don't have to write a book about it.
Yeah.
That helps. So, yeah, nothing about that restaurant. We have better Chinese food in Nebraska. Wow. So, I mean, yeah, it's easy. All right, Derek, what's your backup?
I avoided La Cantina. I've eaten there one time with you, Doug, and It was the biggest disappointment in probably all of Disney eating, and I don't really see myself ever going back. It was like a one shot. It failed. I was like, I get better Mexican food from my local grocery store than I do here. And so, yeah, I maybe one day I'll give it another try, but that was such a swing and a miss that I have no desire to go back.
Mexican food should be a slam dunk,
It should be easy.
but then it's somehow worse than Taco Bell. I don't understand.
Yep.
That doesn't make any sense. I'm saying the same thing because when we ate there together, I mean, we literally watched them open the Cisco packaged cheese. There is nothing more disappointing than seeing that. Like, at least hide it from us. Like, the nachos were nothing different than I can get when I'm watching my middle school basketball games. I shouldn't be able to get the same level of cheese at middle school.
Can I do a bonus entry to the avoid list for Epcot?
Oh, yes, please do.
Absolutely. We love avoiding stuff.
So, and this one hurts especially hard because the parent sit-down restaurant is so good, Via Napoli.
Oh.
The Via Napoli quick service restaurant is just the worst garbage tier pizza I've ever had. Worse than even standard Disney pizza somehow.
That it's just like a window, right? You just
A little window off to the left, yeah.
I don't understand why they can't just serve actual Via Napoli pizza there.
Yeah.
It's
Very
mind-boggling. That I'm glad you brought that up. I hope none of our listeners ever waste any calories on that pizza window.
Get an ADR, go inside.
It's also disappointing that there is no counter service really in Italy, like with pasta, like quick service pasta. Let's see it happen. I'm rooting for it. Oh man, that was a good one. That's a PSA right there.
Yeah.
Avoid that. All right, on to the Magic Kingdom. So we're done with Epcot, which is, the best, easily probably the best variety volume of food. Magic Kingdom counter service, I don't know, it's hits and misses. What do you like, Guy?
I like one specific item, the Sleepy Hollow chicken and waffle sandwich. Very good. It's sweet and savory. It's got that kind of tangy sauce. The slaw brings a nice balance to everything. It's hard to eat. You can get very sticky eating that. So have the wet wipes ready, or have a clear path to the bathroom when you're done. But I love that thing.
That's a good one.
It's a good choice.
That's a place that needs more seating.
Absolutely.
That'd be great. Like that area that they were doing like annual pass holder stuff in for a little while. I don't know why they can't just throw a few tables in there. Now they're doing nothing in there, right? Let's open that up. Let's put some tables in there, folks. Hopefully they're listening. Anything else on that menu that you ever get?
I've gotten the fruit and Nutella waffle a couple times, and that's also very good. I actually don't even know what else they have on that menu. I just zero in on that one thing.
I don't. As far as I know, that's it. There's ice cream involved. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I think we've all eaten that. That's good. I like the Nutella one. That's a good choice. Now I feel like I failed at any of my decisions. All right, Derek.
I'm going Pecos Bill. It was a tough one for me. I had a couple right there, but Pecos Bill's always seems to hit the spot. It's a lot better than La Cantina, that's for sure.
Oh.
And I like the fajita platter quite a bit, and the tacos, and it's fun because my kids, everyone eats, and it's a big enough restaurant that we can usually find a seat. And it's always been good.
And it's at the exit of the greatest attraction ever.
Oh, once again.
Country Bear Jamboree. But I will say my only knock against Pecos Bills, it did replace a quick service restaurant that literally made my jaw drop when I first saw it. The Mile Long Bar, which had Max, Buff, and Melvin animatronics on the wall at the Magic Kingdom version. And they would continue singing with extra lyrics the exit song from Country Bear Jamboree, and then they would have little quips back and forth to each other. Made my jaw drop when the first time I saw it. Amazing. But
You do love you some Country Bears, yeah.
Over my shoulder there is a whole wall of Country Bear Jamboree merchandise, as well as several boxes in my closet.
Wow, I like it.
All right. Why not go all in? So, well, my choice is not currently operating, but I'm choosing it anyway. And I'm assuming when it operates, there will be a chicken pot pie, and that is Columbia Harbor House. I don't get the chicken pot pie, but my wife does. And when she's happy, I'm happy. So I need her to get a chicken pot pie at Disney World again. But I like the combo platters. You can get fish and chips, the chicken nuggets. Disney adult chicken nuggets are actually really good. I know it sounds really weird to say, but sometimes you just want some chicken nuggets. They're pretty tasty. My kids eat a lot of them. And the hush puppies are mixed in there. And my kids, they don't like them, which is entertaining to me. They won't even try them now. But I like that. It's different than just about anywhere else on property. And it has an upstairs, which means it's quieter. I like my stairs in my counter service restaurants.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So what's your second choice? If you're,
I have a huge curveball here, considering this place is rarely ever open. The last time it was open, I think it was summer of 2019. But I got to go with Aunt Polly's out on Tom Sawyer Island. They had those biscuit barbecue pork sliders that were just so good. They had a root beer float. I think they also had some kind of like peanut butter sandwich melt kind of things. And you get to sit on that little dock that's out there, out on the water, and it's just an incredible view, super unique, nice and peaceful. They need to open that thing up like all the time. But yeah, that place rules.
I don't know that I've ever.
Yeah, I've never been there. It's never open when I'm there.
Right.
But then again, I go in the winter and they're always draining the water.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's hard to get to when there's no water in the river. Although it should be easier to get to when there's no.
Yeah, just walk across. Yeah.
Yeah,
They could throw the sliders at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does sound good. That is a curveball. All right, Derek.
I'm agreeing with you. Columbia Harbor House chicken pot pie is money, but the fact that I haven't had it in so long, it had to drop to number 2.
Yeah, the Tomorrowland Terrace version of Columbia Harbor House is not the same.
Nope.
I don't understand closing a restaurant at 4:00 in the afternoon. That boggles my mind. It's like, we're going to stay open through the slow afternoon and then close right as you're coming in for dinner.
Sleepy Hollow used to do that. They used to stop selling
Yeah.
the chicken waffles at like 3 or something.
Yeah, because people only want dessert after 3:00
Yeah.
for dinner. It's weird. It's weird timing. The Tomorrowland Terrace, it's just utilized in the most odd way. Well, for my second choice, I'm just gonna say a confectionery counter. That's not endorsed by a dentist in any way, shape, or form. But you know what? Sometimes you just want a caramel apple or a pineapple skewer or a gigantic cookie and a goofy glacier for a meal. And you're on vacation. So, and if it comes down to which confectionery counter, I would take Dumbo's tent. I can't remember the name of it because it hasn't been open since last year. But the treats back in the the circus area back by Dumbo. That's a good place to go and get your snack, and it can fill you up pretty good. So I don't know if that's really counts as my backup, but that's it. Just, lots of sugar.
Yeah.
It's your game, I guess.
It did. I don't make the rules. The rules make themselves. So, all right. Guy, what are you avoiding?
I'm going to avoid Pinocchio Village House. And, like we said, it's got the second level, rarely open out on the balcony, but that's great. It's got the view of It's a Small World. That's fantastic. Love that. But the food otherwise, just not great. Too boring and expensive and bland.
Yeah. We haven't eaten there for a long time because our kids have passed we want to sit by the windows and wave age. It's great.
Can't wait to get that age. Yes.
You're
looking forward to it.
Someday. All right. What's your avoid, Derek?
Oh, you knew it earlier on. It's Casey's. I don't need no hot dog or fries. Blows my mind that is as popular as it is, and I know someone's yelling at me right now. But
lots of people
I don't like Casey's, and I actually had it one time, and I was like, no, this isn't even that good. Like, there's good. I will eat a hot dog from time to time. You get the Husker ones, the red,
Yes.
they're Fairberry Franks. I'll eat
Those are the only good ones, Derek.
Pretty
the
much.
Fairberry hot
And
dogs.
it's like these weird hot dogs that Disney sells are just not good at all.
I'm afraid
They're like
to
the
know what they're
lowest
made of.
quality.
Yeah, they're beyond low. Like, I don't want to know what's in them. There's no Disney magic in those hot dogs.
No, you don't want to know. Even the good hot dogs, I don't think you want to know what are in them. But you're right. Fairberry hot dogs, good. They are red, which is weird, but good. And after you eat those, it's all downhill. Sorry, folks, that don't have any idea what we're talking about at the moment. But Derek, I totally agree with you. But I'm going to go with the other one that I like to avoid, but for some reason we end up eating there because it's open and we're near it. That'd be Cosmic Ray Starlight
Every
Cafe.
time. Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
that's a good one. I forgot about that.
We eat there so
you-
much I can't avoid it.
Like, you chose a good one, though, Guy. Like, it's tough. Pinocchio's, Cosmic Rays, very similar. They have some things that are great. Like, Sunny Eclipse, wonderful.
That guy's the man.
Right?
Yeah.
Every restaurant needs an animatronic, but the food just, every time, I think it gets worse. Every time. And then they do the special burgers, and I'm a sucker. And I get the special burgers so that I can talk about it. And every time, it's like, that was a mistake.
Yeah.
Every time. I've never been surprised in a good way there in the last 5 years. Every time. It's always loud, chaotic.
Very chaotic.
Yeah. That's the Magic Kingdom in a nutshell, though. Loud and chaotic.
That's pretty much the only restaurant open, I feel like, during the Halloween party. So that's why we always end up eating there.
But right before it or something. But then they got to get ready for a dance party.
Yep.
So I don't know. You just need to, we all need to plan better so that we don't have to eat at Cosmic Rays or Pinocchio's. And I'm going to agree with the Casey's Corner. Like, you're sitting outside eating a hot dog in Florida.
The only good thing is the piano player.
Yeah, and if he's there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we got to time that just right. But he is spectacular.
He is.
Oh, but yeah, Casey's. Although I did pick a corn dog earlier in the show, so I don't know. Will anybody have any thing that you feel like you left out, or like an honorable mention that you want to throw out there? I do not. I feel like I've said my piece and I can live with it.
Yeah, I think that's it for me. I mean, I love the citrus swirl. I'm a big dessert guy, so love the citrus swirl over in Magic.
So next time, just a dessert show. Got it.
I like it. Ooh, that'll be a good one.
Yeah. I don't know that we've done that.
Drinks and dessert, so both. We'll do that around. I like
pencil
that.
that down, and next time we talk about food, it's drinks and desserts. All right. Well, let's move into the
lightning round.
Congratulations, Guy. You have made it to the lightning round. That means you survived us this far. So the lightning round is where you answer with your favorite Disney, Pixar, Star Wars, Marvel, however you need to answer under the Disney umbrella. There are points. It is scored. It's all made up, and none of it matters. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Favorite Disney movie?
Gotta go with Tron.
Wow. That's a first.
We've never had that.
I think that's a bonus point. Let me pencil that down. With the original?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the
Okay.
original. I mean, Tron Legacy's great, especially the score. But yeah, I know it's cheesy and not great, but Tron the original, I love it.
I'm okay with that.
Yes,
It's good. That's good. All right. Favorite Disney character?
Sticking with Tron, I gotta go with Kevin Flynn because he owns his own arcade and he lives above it. And
That's the
just
dream
my
right
dream
there.
life.
Yes.
All right. As long as you know why. All right.
Yeah.
Favorite Disney villain?
I guess I'll go with Ursula just because she's so sassy and really powerful and loud. She's got some great songs. Yeah, and she's kind of like sassy. Yeah.
All right. Favorite Disney song?
I'm gonna go with "Making Memories" from the original Magic Journeys pre-show over in Epcot. That is on my Spotify playlist, so it gets a lot of play in my car. It's a total jam.
Nice. Something different. I was expecting Blood on the Saddle, but
I do like Blood on the Saddle, and one of the Country Bear songs from the Vacation Hoedown version is my favorite song ever. And also the Christmas version has an amazing song that opens with called Tracks in the Snow. That should be an all-time classic Christmas song, but I digress.
Okay. All right. Favorite Disney park?
I got to go with the original Disneyland. Disney Sea is such a close second, but it will never overtake the original Disneyland. There's just so much to love about it, and so many little touches of Walt, and so many little cute things, and it's an easy park to relax in, which I really like. I like relaxing in Disney parks. So yeah, original Disneyland.
Nice. All right. Favorite classic attraction? You define classic.
I mean, I know it's a lame answer, but Pirates of the Caribbean, I feel like you got to go with it. It's the greatest theme park ride ever made, I think.
But definitely the Disney World version, right? Yeah. Disney World. Disney World all the way.
I mean, I don't think Disney World's version is as bad as people make it out to be, but yeah, Disneyland's version.
Okay.
They just nailed it. They got everything right with that one. But I will say, Rise of the Resistance, love that one.
Well, that's the next question.
Oh, okay.
Favorite modern attraction? You define modern.
Head and Head, Rise of the Resistance, or Indiana Jones Adventure. I also really love 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea in Disney Sea. There's no other Disney ride like it. You're in your own enclosed submarine, and it's simulated to be underwater. So in the windows, bubbles will come up, and all of the props and set pieces wave like it's underwater, but it's not underwater. And the submarines are suspended in the air, so it looks like you're just kind of floating through the air. It's an amazing ride.
Wow. I've not looked into that one.
We need to go there, Doug.
That sounds a lot better than the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea in Paris, where it's a walkthrough. And
the Nautilus, yeah.
Yeah, people are just like, can't walk fast enough and run you over in case you're looking at anything. All right, moving on. Favorite Disney resort?
I'm gonna go with Port Orleans Riverside. It's so peaceful, and it's that middle ground. Price, and I know price shouldn't matter when picking my favorite, but it kind of does, because I would probably pick Wilderness Lodge if price didn't matter. But Port Orleans Riverside has that good balance of price and peacefulness, and it's just really calming. And you can take the little water taxi over to Disney Springs,
where you get the opposite of peace and calming.
Yeah, where it's total chaos.
Disney Springs, yes. All right. Favorite counter service restaurant?
Okay, another curveball. I'm going to go with Hungry Bear in Tokyo Disneyland, which serves curry, and it is phenomenal curry. And I know you're thinking, like, you're so lame for going all the way to Japan and eating curry when you can get that outside of the park, but it's so good. And, it's themed after Country Bear Jamboree, so.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I mean, that's like a double win.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, favorite table service restaurant?
Via Napoli. I just love the Carciafi. That is like top tier S+ rating pizza. It's just I'm obsessed with it. So the parent company has a pizza place in downtown Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Over here, but they don't have the Carciafi, and every time I go, I ask, like, can you make it maybe? But no deal.
Oh man, that's rough. It's so close yet so far. All right, favorite Disney snack?
I mentioned it earlier, but I gotta go with the Matterhorn Macaroon. It's delicious. It's a macaroon that looks like the Matterhorn, and it's drizzled with some white chocolate and powdered sugar. So it's quite tasty. I love getting a selfie with it in front of the Matterhorn. Also, you got to do it.
Of course, you didn't eat it if you didn't get a selfie with it.
Yeah,
that's right. All right, favorite Disney drink?
I don't drink alcohol, so this is a tough one for me since I don't really drink a lot of. I don't go to Disney bars a lot, so I guess I'll pick the Rose Petal Soda from Carthay Circle in Carthay Circle Theater in Disney California Adventure. It's just this like flowery soda drink, and they put an edible rose petal floating on top of it.
Very cool. I like a milkshake, but
Yeah, there you go.
There's lots of drink options. No worries. Yeah. All right, Disney bucket list item.
I want to stay in one of the suites at Hotel Miracosta at Tokyo Disney Sea. It overlooks the harbor and then Mount Prometheus off in the background. It's on the top level hotel. It's in the theme park. It's literally in the theme park. And the view is incredible. And it's very expensive, like multiple thousands of dollars a day.
But you get that view.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You pay that much money, you don't even want to go to the parks.
Yeah.
That's kind of how that works. All right. Well, that concludes the
Lightning
lightning round.
Well, thank you guys so much for being on this week's episode. Take a moment right now and tell people where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Guy Selga, GUYSELGA. And you can find all my stuff over on TouringPlans.com and all of our various social medias, which is just at TouringPlans. We have tips on how to save time and money in the theme parks, and it's very useful, especially right now when kind of things are all crazy because of all the closures and modifications and whatnot. But yeah, and of course the Unofficial Guide to Disneyland. We're working on the next year's version right now. We're going to print at the end of the month, so very exciting times. But yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of the Unofficial Guide, go on to social media, Rope Drop Radio, and find out how you can win a copy of the Walt Disney World Unofficial Guide. I got my copy, so you need to get yours, and you can get it for free. Guy, thank you for taking time to write all the stuff in the Unofficial Guides, too. I know that's a lot to do, and so it's great material. So even if you don't win, you can always support Guy and the rest of the Unofficial Guide people by picking up a book.
Yeah. Save time and money in the theme parks. That's what it's all about.
There you go. Well, we need to get on to the Patreon show. So shout out to all of our Patreons who get that bonus content. If you want that, you can find a link in the show notes along with Guy's information. And you got to book a trip with Michelle McKnight, the rope drop queen herself. She can help you with all those planning tips and tricks as well. Her email is in the show notes. But that is it. So for Doug and Guy, I'm Derek. You've been listening to Rope Drop Radio.